Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
The CBS 19 Weather Authority forecast, partly sunny, hot and humid today. Good chance for showers and thunderstorms this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 80s. Gradual clearing in upper 60s overnight tonight. Mostly sunny, upper 80s on Thursday, but a lot less humid. Friday, sunshine and pleasant with high temperatures in the mid 80s. I'm CBS 19 Chief Meteorologist Travis Koshko for CVILLE 107.5 and 1260 WCHV.
Thank you, Travis. WCHV time 7:34. Traffic brought to you by SVOE. Volume on Park Street as you come down into the bypass. Also, as you do Freebridge, 5th Street Extended, Ridge Street, and by Tonsler Park. They're all volume slowdowns as you come into town. And joining us on the phone, Newsmakers line. I searched, and it looked like the national media completely ignored the Virginia Senate primary last night, but not here. He is your GOP nominee to run against Tim Kaine in November, and he is chairman of the Prince William County Board of Supervisors, Corey Stewart. Good morning, Corey. How are you, sir?
Good. Well, President Trump didn't ignore us, and neither did Fox News. It's all over the place. He's let everybody know he's a strong supporter, and he thinks it's going to be a close election.
Well, and we're going to need everything. I was thinking back to the first time you and I met. I think it was like 2009. I found this clip.
He is chairman of the Prince William County Board of Supervisors, and I've invited him to come on with us because he's empowered his sheriff to go out, and when they come across folks who are undocumented, here, as we call them, international trespassers, he's turning them over to ICE, using the law to benefit his community. His name is Corey Stewart. Corey, welcome to Joe Thomas in the Morning in Charlottesville. How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me on today, Joe.
Wow, you remember all the way back then, Corey, when we still had to explain who you were?
And we've only gotten better looking since then, too.
So, talking about, and I take a great risk here because actually I was looking around. Buckingham County is about the only county in my listening area that you carried, but it was close. But it seemed to be the urban area of GOP went for Nick Freitas, and the rural areas, and of course Fairfax and Prince William County went for you. But talk about, fixing that divide. Nick was on yesterday, said everyone needs to get united for November. So talk about the urban Republicans who seem to go for Nick versus the rural ones that supported you.
Well, it wasn't necessarily that kind of breakdown. I mean, the thing is, Northern Virginia went heavily for me. And the reason for that is illegal immigration is a massive problem in Fairfax County and in Prince William and in Loudoun County. And they one Prince William because you got a base here, but Fairfax, they're just sick and tired of the far left wing bringing in illegal aliens, looking the other way as MS-13 and these illegal alien thugs, prey upon their citizens. And
middle schools. That's
why it's a really good sign that it was Fairfax County that put me over the top last night by a fairly large margin, and I know we're going to do very well there, a lot better than Republicans have done over the past 10 years.
2 points in that. Number one, that's, sort of a lot of swamp dwellers live there. So, for somebody who's affiliated with draining the swamp, that's good news there for that. But also, does that send a message to the Kaine campaign that they can't get out on the, quote, golden triangle from Fairfax around to Hampton Roads?
I think that's right. I mean, look, this is happening nationally. You see areas that were once heavily Democratic, just very recently heavily Democratic, and they're starting to swing back the other way. You can only go so far to the left before people wake up and realize that these guys are destroying the economy, destroying the sense of well-being and safety. And that's what that's happening in California, and it's happening in Fairfax County and even further north in Arlington and Alexandria. That people are waking up, that they realize that the far left wing agenda, that the Democratic Party and Tim Kaine are so far to the left now. They're so far, and they're tired of it, and they want to support the president because they know his economic policies are working. His foreign policy with regard to North Korea is working. And that this is a president that's got a lot of successes, and they don't want to be left out in Virginia. They want to enjoy the upswing here.
CoreyStewart.com. This was written, a friend of mine brought this to me. It was written on the big free speech wall downtown. Corey, you've spoken in front of it. Big letters, Korea, jobs, taxes. Trump keeps winning where Obama failed. So it's there. You've got some voices here in the community. What about Charlottesville as a concept, not as a city? But I think a lot of Republicans over the last year, and we see it with the Medicaid expansion, reparations in the General Assembly, and a lot of folks, feel like if they behave a little left-wingish, that people will disassociate them with Charlottesville of last August. I was in Charlottesville last August. I still have clothes that smell like pepper spray, so I find that bothersome. But do you think that there are Republicans who just want to kind of forget that last August happened, and how do you reach out to them?
Well, the thing is, we can't forget what has happened last August, because it was the left wing, after all.
Two left wings.
That was violent as well. And we have to keep hammering that home. And the Democrats, no matter what we do, the Democrats are always going to try to bring up Charlottesville. But, look, the voters are sick and tired of all that stuff. Mm-hmm. What they want is they want an improving economy. They want somebody to fix health care. They want somebody who's going to, will support the president, making the tax cuts permanent, bringing back manufacturing. People want us to focus on the big issues, not this stuff, what happened last year or what happened 150 years ago. They don't want to hear about it. What they want us to do is fix the real-life problems and support the president of the United States.
Corey, everyone I know that's met you says, well, he wasn't anything like what the media makes him out to be like. And I find the same is true with President Trump as well, and honestly, me sometimes. And I'd love to say it's going to be a media campaign, but you got to wear out a lot of shoe leather to overcome a lot of this. I know Bob McDonnell was the last statewide race the Republicans won, and he did it with a great triangulating campaign of shoe leather. Are you ready for that kind of shake every hand you can kind of campaign till November?
Well, say what you want about Corey Stewart, but everybody knows I can work my tail off,
Hey.
and I will. And I just want to thank everybody in the Republican Party who nominated me last night. They won't be disappointed. We're going to take back this seat. We're going to take back the first statewide election for Republicans in 10 years, and we're going to do it this year.
What Tim Kaine said 2 days ago, that he would gladly debate whoever the nominee is 3 different times. Is that enough for you? When, where, can we broadcast them? Do you need a moderator? Any of those things? I'm kidding about the last one, but are you ready for those? And have you thought about that yet?
Tell you something. A novice high school debater could kick the pants off of Tim Kaine in a debate after watching him against Pence in 2016. The guy's he's got look, at the end of the day, he's just a far left-wing extremist. He really is, and I think we saw that in 2016. He's got no solutions to offer. He's done nothing in Virginia. I mean, the question you got to ask Tim Kaine, if you see him or if you get him on your radio show, is what substantial accomplishment do you have under your belt for the past 6 years? Let alone what did you do as governor? Tim Kaine is a know-nothing, do-nothing guy. He's accomplished absolutely nothing over the past 6 years. And whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you ask that question, and you got to think about it, because you're not going to find any major accomplishment by Tim Kaine.
Now, Corey, that's not fair. He closed all the rest areas down. That's
right. He did. He closed the rest areas, which, by the way, of course, it seems so funny, but the truth is, he did it out of spite. And by doing that, he put every motorist on the highways in danger, because if you're a truck driver and there are no rest stops, obviously, fatigue and truck drivers falling asleep kills people. And then when he closed down those rest stops, that really showed everything you need to know about Tim Kaine. He's only about political spite. He hates the President of the United States, by the way, and all he wants to do is undermine the President. And he opposed everything that the president's trying to do with regard to decreasing taxes, making the tax cuts permanent, improving the economy, bringing back manufacturing, forcing open foreign markets to American-made goods. He's against all of that. And Virginia's got to wake up and say, holy smokes, you're right. We need somebody who's going to be in Washington, who's going to be supporting the president so that Virginia can also participate in this improving economy.
Corey, appreciate you carving some time out for us this morning, and we'll be talking plenty on the build-up. It's been a long time since I first met you, and good luck, and we'll be talking to you plenty between now and November, I'm sure. CoreyStewart.com. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Joe.
And by the way, we did reach out, and we're waiting to hear back from the Kaine. No, this is still from the Kaine camp. But yeah, I'm sure Tim will be on. He's been on this program before. WCHV time 8:44. Time 8:44.